I'm Jordiana and welcome back to the channel. Today we're continuing Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. We just dealt with that stupid red fog. I say dealt with, but if we go back down there, we're done for. So we gotta go this way. I just wanted to make sure there's like not a note or anything. That scared me. I was like, what the heck? I thought something was chasing me for a second. Sheesh. I was gonna say, we might not want to pull that out. Right, when we get somewhere quieter, we'll read the note. Alright, this is quieter enough. Prisoner profile experiment 1166. Assigned positioning pending. Behavior. Characteristic for these early ilk? 1166 demonstrates an acute lack of higher cognitive function. Complex reasoning, speech, problem solving, and greater introspection all appear either severely limited or altogether non functional. Physically, it's what it needs to be strong, agile, swift, and yet I'd hope for a greater mind behind it. However, 1166 displays an odd sense of loyalty to a select few security staff, who nauseatingly feel some kind of sympathy for it, indicative of domesticated dogs and cats. This means this means its will can be bent. It feels, it fears. I believe this is our first sign of progression, that our processes, while admittedly still rudimentary, are showing us where more work need be done, and that improvements are possible. Still, 1166, Yarnaby, is me, playing its funny little music. I'm glad this request was taken seriously. I got a good laugh out of it. It amuses me. Oh, sits in the corner, watches me, yes. Conclusion. I'm going to isolate it. It'll have contact with no one but me. Considering my importance to the project, it's doubly important that I'm properly protected at all times. And besides, I might get a good laugh or two at the pathetic little sounds it makes. By the time I'm done with it, I'll be its entire world. It'll know nothing else. Signature, Harley Sawyer. Hey, guess what, Harley? You suck. But you probably got, so it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, with the freaking wrong hand. Guess I don't need to do that. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything in this room that matters. Might need that. So wait, which one did I fall down in? But what's the point of doing that? Oh. So that turns that on. Hold on. Okay. Jeez, this is like really big. Oh, look at that. So this must be where the people experimented on them and would talk to them. Ooh, I like that that glass is broken. Oh, look at that cool chair. It's it's a doughy thing. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That would be my chair. Oh. Is this where Doughy was? And Doughy managed to break three. Look at that. The fact that they needed shackles. Oh, Doughy was to be messed with. Haha, Doughy got you. So, okay, so that's probably from Doughy. Haha. All right, hon, before I check, just want to see, was there chains in this one too? Yep. All right, so before we go through the other one, which was number 3, we'll read that note. Okay. Oh, different experiment now. Prisoner profile experiment 1163. Assigned position is testing. Behavior, much like its predecessors. 1163 displays none of the typical human qualities. Whatever is left of the bright, joyful bundle of laughter, per the counselor's report, appears limited or altogether depleted. A shame, I suppose. I grow tired of creating mindless invalids. 1160 had his uses, but 1163 lacks the cunning or the size for a similar role, and that's not what the initiative is all about anyway. 1163's temperament is like that of a rabid animal. It snaps at perceived motion, eats whatever fits in its mouth regardless of appetite, combats the conditioning staff, and it cannot even play its insipid piano rhythms in tune. Perhaps one of the others from its line would have presented better music. Had any of these actions been a result of conscience, though, perhaps I would be intrigued. I am not intrigued. Conclusion: use 1163 for testing. If it survives, keep it there. However, I don't expect it to. This initiative will produce no more experiments such as this. Measurable improvements have to be made. Otherwise, I will have to reevaluate the effectiveness of those in my purview. So Harley Sawyer here is a total butthole. Literally seems to be savage. Heartless towards the experiments, but from their perspective, the toy place, you probably have to be heartless to do this. They can't risk someone that has feelings like potentially Stella.
You know, I never thought I'd see another like you. A human. Certainly not an employee like you. But something makes you different. I can tell that much. Though, I can't say what exactly that something is. Not yet. The others you faced, 1170, 1188, 1222. Been there, done that. Let's try our hand at something a little different. Oh, Yarnaby.
No. No, sprinting is hard because I have to hit the one button. I didn't change it. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
Please, do keep making this enjoyable for me. I'll be taking notes.
Oh, I want to get to see it a bit better. Hold on.
Oh, Yarnaby. Please, do keep making this enjoyable for me. I'll be taking notes.
No. Can I take that, or is it gonna turn off? Okay, no, don't take it. So wait, what's the point if I accidentally put in the wrong one? That doesn't matter now. Oh, if we're gonna have to run from that thing, oh, I'm gonna have to hope the sprint button likes me. Hi, Yarnaby. You're adorable. You wouldn't want to hurt me. Hey, thank you. Avoid detection from Yarnaby. Oh gosh, try. It's okay because if we actually get seen, we get to see Yarnaby. So that's fine. It's okay. I'll mess up as much as I want to. I was joking. I can't tell if it's just the yarn effect that this has, or if like or if it's clipping through. Alright, since we have a second. He's trying so hard to get in here with us. I don't want to find out if he can, so I'm going. You can stay mad over there. Poor thing. Alright, while we have a sec, let's read that note. Another Cole entry. And yeah, look, they are out of order. Or maybe not out of order, just spaced. So, Cole journal entry number 2. Last week, Stanley was attacked on duty. He's one of the nice ones down here, even feels bad for those things. Tries his best to sneak candy and toys to them between shifts. He thinks most of us don't notice, but we do. The soft-hearted idiot thought he could sneak food to Boxy after hours. Just walked right into the cell. Had it not been for a few other guards stationed nearby with tranquilizers, he wouldn't have made it out. I visited him in the infirmary the morning after it happened to see if he was all right. I always knew the guy was a bit of a airhead, but to walk into a cell like that, and with one of the big ones no less, that's just downright stupid. I asked him why. Why risk it? What's it to him? Why does it matter? He was quiet for a little, like he was afraid to tell me. They're not just beasts, Cole, he finally said. They were more than that once. I asked him how he could believe that. Been watching, he said, paying attention to things, reports, eyeing some of the stuff the scientists pass between one another. After a while, I got him to keep that crazy talk to himself and made him promise not to snoop like that again. Told him to get some sleep, but ever since our talk, I haven't been able to get anything he said off my mind. It can't be true. I've seen what those things can do. I mean, they're 12 feet tall for goodness sake. How can they be anything other than monsters? It's silly. It's stupid. And whatever Stanley's trying to say, he's wrong. So that I guess that's what it is that some of them, maybe they just thought, here's what I'm curious about. If they just thought they were actual experiments, like what did they think created the experiment, right? Because that's not going to come out thin air. Like, were they aware that they were children? Are they aware? Like, did they think maybe, oh, it's probably just adults? Did they know it was like, I guess, people taken that nobody supposedly would care about? Did they think they were animals being tested, just something built out of scratch? Maybe they thought they were actually toys that technically through science came to life and didn't really realize that they were once human beings. I mean, regardless of how it is, even if it was an inanimate object like a toy that they somehow sprung to life, don't mistreat it. I think this is the tape. Gotta get my light back on. Alright, I don't want to go too far because there might be a VCR near us and I don't have to get got trying to watch this darn tape. Oh gosh. Can I go back in there? I will flare gun you. Cute, he didn't change it, notice. Never mind. Me, oh, he didn't notice me, him. You thought. We need our revenge. Well, we're not getting it with Yarnaby on my booty. Get up. You get up. Maybe I should have just ran at that point. I mean, would this even do anything? Wait, no. Oh, wait a darn. Hold up. Oh, that is scary. I'm scared. Just happened. I don't know what just happened, but I guess we're good. Yarnaby is so cool. Like, just as a game, like, design type character, forget backstory for just a minute. Play-wise, I think he's pretty cool. Hey, look, there's, the doughy stuff. Am I gonna have to, like, run for it? Can I just hide here? Gosh, that startled me. Hi, Yarnaby. No, baby, no. Yarnaby, we could be best friends. Why are you like this? Yarnaby, we could have been besties. I ain't waiting for him to open that door. Thank you. If you open the door, thank you. Wait. Okay, so we have a tape and the card. Gosh, you cannot right now. But what about? Oh gosh, I didn't miss the player, did I? Because he had me so startled. Let me check things real quick. The doctor. And we already read this. I died, that's probably why. Or let's see this before we worry.
Hello, I'm Pianosaurus. I used to be in a band, then the asteroid hit. Wanna hear a little song that I've made just for you? It goes a little something like this.
That's probably it, right?
Hello!
Yep.
I'm Pianosaurus.
I didn't miss the tape player, did I? Or did we already watch this? I'm confused. Alright, I decided to load back a little bit because I had realized, as I probably mentioned, I missed the VCR for the doctor tape. Something felt funny when we were too far. I will admit I did look to see where I missed it, and I found out it was actually during an earlier part of the chase of Yarnaby. So I'm going to play the tape And then I'm going to edit back to where we were.
This recklessness has to stop. The doctor has no regard for the safety of this facility or its staff.
Or the children in play care. I've tried to set boundaries with him. He doesn't listen to me.
He doesn't listen to any of us. Not really. Not anymore. And he's behind schedule. Playtime may have turned a corner financially, but that doesn't change the fact that his bigger bodies initiative is still a money hole. The guy's gotta go, Lath. And how do you suggest we do that? This wouldn't be the first time we made someone disappear. We can't kill him, Eddie. Why not? Because, like it or not, we need him.
Eddie's right, though. Sawyer can't keep leading this project.
So we just ask him to step down? Take a demotion?
No, but...
I'm not disagreeing. Huggy loose in the woods, that business with Catnap, the whole Stoll thing... And half a dozen other incidents. Right. And all of that pales in comparison to the theater incident.
I don't even want to talk about that.
So, we can't kill the son of a bitch, but we need to knock him out of the equation. What do we do? There is one thing I can think of.
Is Sawyer the doctor? Is that Harley? Huh. Alright, I will edit back where we were, then we'll talk. Alright, so we're back where we left off. But yes, I'm wondering if that Harley person is actually the messed up doctor. Guess we'll find out, right? But, we got 2 new journal entries that I don't think I've read. I think the last one I read was number 2, but I'll see in a second. And notice now the doctor tape is gone, so I really did miss it that last time. Let's see if I read this or not yet. Cole journal entry number 3. I couldn't get the thought out of my head, what Stanley was implying. I always believed they were homegrown, maybe animals or something, not people. I mean, what about a giant toy with an appetite for men and women screams, yeah, I'm a person? Snooping around documents for the eggheads is a punishable offense, and if the rumors about punishments here are true, then that means being careful is a must. But too many people have lost their lives to these things for the rest of us to be blind and accepting that we can keep them under control, and that we can trust Playtime at their word. I've looked into things a little bit. I know the guys that guard the archives room. They keep a tight ship, but in the right setting with the right type of mood, their lips get real loose. They let slip the process and go for getting in. While security feeds were down one night, I went in. Didn't get very far, but I grabbed a few prisoner profile documents. The observations were from one Dr. Harley Sawyer. Not a name I recognize, but the observations mentioned people. I'll be investigating further, but I'm starting to worry that Stanley might have been onto something. And we got one more. Entry number 4. It happened again. The experiments broke free. I don't remember much. All the doors opened, and I was pinned to the floor by something big. Everything went black. I woke up in one of the same cells the experiments were in. I could hear other guards next to me, above me. They were screaming, pleading. It reminded me of the experiments, the way they'd smash against the walls, baring their teeth and trying to act like they weren't afraid. Wait, hold on. It's funny that I hadn't thought of home yet, locked in this cell. Honestly, I hadn't thought of home in a long time. That was another life, another me. No, the only thought that comes to mind now is how inevitable this all was. They hurt us, and we hurt them back. We hurt them, and they hurt us in return. Over years and years and countless incidents, this is the way it's been. Nobody cares to stop it, and nobody's innocent anymore. We made them, and they've made us. We've been prisoners to a cycle down here in the dark, and I don't think any of us deserve to see the light anymore. If you ever find these notes, please, whoever you are, never let another hell like this exist. Otherwise, it'll consume you and all your good intentions. If you ask me, all of us, we're in the deepest, darkest hole imaginable, right where we belong. Okay, so that kind of proves it. So what I'm guessing is some of them did not know that they were people. Like how we just saw that Cole had no idea they were once people. He thought they were animals. I do not appreciate that. I don't think it's right to experiment on people or animals. I don't vibe with that, but obviously animals were more common, disgusting. But it just shows that some really didn't know. But like the two guards that were guarding the archive, did they know? And there's clearly people that do. Like clearly the four heads, right? Or whatever. Like Elliot. Well, hold on. I'm assuming Eddie, Stella, and Leaf, probably said his name wrong, all knew. But I can't picture Elliot not knowing unless they were all hiding it from them. But the doctor obviously knows the most because I guess he was talking, and clearly, if he's the doctor, he's experimenting on these things, right? And there are obviously other people. But I'm just super curious how much Stella, Leaf, and Eddie actually know. And they seemed like they understood it was a money hole. So were they trying to get rid of Sawyer because he was doing things like really inhumane or something? Well, obviously. Did they want to get rid of him because they didn't like the inhumane stuff that was happening? Or did they still want to continue it but by their own rules? Well, I guess we're gonna find a little bit out once we watch the Stella tape. Hopefully she will say something that's helpful.
So, Ms. Graver, have you considered what we talked about?
Yes, Mr. Pierre. I. I won't lie. I was at a loss for words at first. The information hit me pretty hard. I felt so badly. I still do. For the ones that go through the, testing.
You really care about them?
Yes. It hurts to see them hurt. I don't think there's any way around that feeling. But I did some soul searching and got to thinking about the bigger picture, about what your researchers wrote.
And?
Well, the work itself, what you've all been able to do, I mean, it's nothing short of a miracle. I know you have more goals to hit, but even as is, just wow. Do they know when it'll be fully ready?
We're still working out the timeline.
I see.
You know, the project lead, Dr. Sawyer, wasn't sure about giving you that information in the first place. He thinks your affection towards those kids could be a liability. What do you think about that?
I took this job because I wanted to help change kids' lives for the better. Of course, these procedures are far from ideal. I cried like a baby when I read them. But I started looking past the here and now. Started looking down the road a bit. And that's when it clicked. What your researchers can do down here will someday help a lot of people out there. Including so many kids. That's a bigger and better change than I could ever have hoped to make. That's a change I want to help make.
I knew you'd understand.
So to end this video off, that basically just tells us obviously the three of the heads knew. Elliot, I really don't know. I mean, it's really hard to assume he doesn't know. But Stella basically, what is that saying? The one for the many. That's what I think Stella convinced herself of. She doesn't like it, but she probably figures that by experimenting on a few kids doing what they're doing, they can help them in the long run. I'll be real, I really don't understand what they're doing. Like, my guess was from the beginning, I kind of assumed maybe like Elliot Ludwig had a daughter and they were doing this because he wanted to bring his daughter back to life through the Poppy doll. I'm not even sure who Poppy even truly is. I'm not one of the theorists, unfortunately, so you'd have to hunt for one of them. But I'm just genuinely curious, like, was it to maybe bring back a loved one at first and kind of make them immortal? But then it just became like this experimentation thing that got like really out of hand because people wanted money. Because I'm sure there are people that would have paid for this, especially if it doesn't have to happen to them. I mean, in their eyes, it's just happening to kids that nobody cares about. But if you want to see more, this has been Jordiana. Thank you so much for watching. And as I already said, if you want to see more, as usual, stay tuned. Bye bye. Mwah.